The first, remove the other breast. Maximum meat harvest. Looking for that shoulder blade bone. Looking to follow the skeletal structure of the bird here. Okay, now when I can see daylight back here, this is the bottom of the breast. Open that up so I can see the back part of the cut. Okay, and there's that joint. I'm starting to expose that joint that I was talking about. Right up here where the drumette meets. Okay, drumette and breast in my hand. Let gravity help me out a little bit. Make sure I dip under and come from behind that drumette. Straight through. There's my other airline breast. Okay, trim whatever I feel necessary. Some scrap. Okay, nice Michonne. A little bit of fat up here looking at me in the face. A little bit of fat here with trim. Legs and thighs. There's a forgotten piece of very, very tender meat in here. It's called the oyster. It's going to be found at the base of the back. You can see the nugget right here. That's the oyster. This is the least used piece of meat on chicken. Very, very tender. Even more tender than tenderloin. Not only is it tender, it's tender dark meat. Okay, much forgotten. A lot of people who consider themselves very good cooks or chefs at Fab Chicken don't get this off and make it part of the thigh in the fabrication. It stays on the carcass and then gets lost in the stock. Okay, you want to get this off. I'll show you how. Okay, I've got carcass and I've got a hip structure right through here. Okay, I'd like to actually pop out the hip and socket joint. So I'm going to take a firm grip on the carcass and I'm going to kind of opposite my hands here. My thumbs are kind of going in opposite. Good grip. Good grip on the thigh, good grip on the carcass. There's that hip socket. There's the hip joint. Okay, from that point, cutting straight down along the back of the carcass, getting as much yield as possible, and cutting all the way through to the board so that I can see the cut made on the other side. And in this case, okay, on the other one, I cut towards and then rip towards. Here, I'm going to cut away and then rip away. But no matter which way I'm going, I always want to cut and rip towards the top of the carcass. This is the neck. This is the top. Okay, what's this thing called down here at the bottom? Parson's nose, exactly. Okay, so there's that cut. So following that same cut, using gravity to give me a little bit of a hand here. Only cutting just until I get to that hip socket. Okay. Turning my knife towards the carcass, bearing down on it, so I'm in that socket, and pulling towards the tip, and there's the oyster. Okay, leg and thigh, leg and thigh. Oysters are gone. The sockets the oysters came out of are completely clear. And this, of course, we can use along with our wingtips and our wishbone. Okay. Separating legs and thighs. Because for storage, you can leave them attached. But for cookery, I rarely ever see this served like this. Almost always going to be separated, especially in classic preparations like your coq au vin, your chicken chasseur. What am I looking for here to figure out how to separate it?
Fat line.
Looking for a fat line or a seam. Anybody see one here? Okay, there's my fat line. How do I know that's the right one? Use my fingertip. See if I've got a little divot where cartilage comes together. Okay, there's my fat line. I can feel cartilage right there. No bone. Okay, there's cartilage. There's cartilage. I've got a nice clean cut. Make sure this looks nice. Okay, legs in good shape. Same thing over here. Fat line means a seam. Okay. Feel where it is with the tip of my finger. Find the divot. Right through. Not a whole lot of connective tissue holding the skin on. I can tear this off from the tail of the breast all the way towards the top of the breast, and then with just a couple of nicks, of some tendinous material that's usually found right at the joint. I can tear it right off of the drumhead as well. And I've got a skinless airline rest. And if I then just follow the seam here, go right around the drumhead, I've got a boneless skinless breast, which is usually, until now, what you've probably been buying in the store. No need for that any longer, right? Boneless skinless breast. What do I do with this now? Grab hold of it, turn it inside out, over the cover of where it was connected to the breast. Flour, egg wash, breadcrumb, and I have little chicken lollipops. Works really good as appetizers, Super Bowl parties, and you can charge for it. Okay, don't just figure out throw it into the stock. Any place that you can make some money off of nice fab. Can I sell everything pretty much that's on here? What can I do with this? Could I potentially render that down into schmaltz and use that fat to make roux to then make chicken gravy? Sure, absolutely usable. Breasts I can sell, tenders I can sell, this I can sell, wings for hot wings, thighs, legs, chicken goes into stock. Is there really any waste that you as a professional cook are really going to see going in the garbage if you can do this right? Not really at all. Okay, I'll pick this up on the border for you. Tomorrow, I don't know that we'll break one down during demo. We'll probably go right into our cookery. And then as soon as we break demo, which we're going to try to finish at about 7:45, we're going to amphitheater the front of the room. And either Chef or I will set up a station just like this. And all of you, at least one person from each team, will be in the amphitheater right around us. And we're going to do this cut for cut. I'll take the wishbone, and you'll all take the wishbone. Okay, it just seems a little difficult to try to do all 21 steps and then just say an hour later, okay, go do all 21 steps. I'll be around if I can get to it. Okay, not really. There's a better way we can do it. I've done this in 102. Chef Wagner likes the idea, so this is how we're going to get this information conveyed to you. Okay? Thank you very much.